flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of.
Hey guys, I wanted to do a full review on my high tea experience at Babe's Tea Room in downtown Denver. So if you want to see how it went, stay tuned and keep on watching.
This little pot is exactly like a French press, so all that means is we're going to push the stem all the way down to be ready to pour. And then, in order to pour, we're just going to have to remove our little bucket here. We'll pour through our strainer, and then the strainer just fits right in the bucket like that to keep your table nice and dry.
Nice.
You don't have to worry about removing the insert or anything like that, which is super helpful because you don't have to make a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
But it also actually physically isolates the tea leaves at the bottom of the pot there. So if you fall in love with the tea, we can actually add more hot water and get another 2 or 3 pots out of the same leaves. So they're really efficient, but there's also no pressure to finish a pot on the flip side too.
Okay.
We can swap them out as often as you like. You can change your flavors, you can change everything about it. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
My hostess did such an amazing job at explaining and walking me through everything, to include pressing down on this little button after my tea steeped on the timer. I started off with their seasonal butterscotch tea and it was really, really good. And what I found out is that sugar cubes are a must in the high tea experience. It really just elevates the flavors. Now for the finger food tower, this was actually really filling for just one person. It has your sweets, it has your scones and your fruit. It also has your typical finger sandwiches that would come with it and different varieties, which I'll get into later in the video. And these sandwiches were so good, y'all. And it also came with some different spreads for the scones or biscuits, whichever you want to call it. Now, I love these teapots, and this tea right here, I went in with something of a little bit more of a bolder flavor. As you can see, I'm adding honey to bring out those notes, and it was just really, really good. Also, I had a little get out moment as I was stirring the tea with the spoon. But going to the food, this was like a chicken and pesto sandwich, which was really good, and I was really surprised. Now we're going in. This was more like a chicken salad with like some honey Dijon mustard, and this was actually my favorite sandwich. I went back to this multiple times and even ordered one by itself later on. Now this was like cheese and apricot spread on a piece of like wheat bread, and the contrast of the bitterness of the cheese and the sweetness of the apricot was really surprising and good. But the cucumber and cream cheese sandwich is like the typical British high tea finger food that you normally get. So it's pretty standard with this experience. Now we just have like a powdered sugar covered blackberry as we go into the fruits. And then this was, I think, an apricot like spread or like a compote. And then we have our mixed berries compote. And both of those were really good. And then we have our cream cheese. I forget the type of flavor. It's not the typical Philadelphia cream cheese, but it was really good. We're going in with our scone or biscuit, again, whatever you want to call it. And I decided to mix the cream cheese with the berries because my hostess suggested it just based on other customer reviews on mixing the cream cheese with the other spreads. And it was really tasty. The tea was going very well. I just was very particular about the tea flavors versus the food because I didn't want either one of them to overpower one another, and I just wanted them to complement each other. So I'm going in with the macaroon. I don't like macaroons and I don't really eat sweets like that. So I actually wasn't a fan of any of the sweets, but if you like sweets, go ahead and get some. And the last tea that I ordered was a green tea, and it's so good. And I just used that to cleanse my palate before going in with the sweets and before leaving the facility so that I just was able to eat more afterwards. But The glitter was edible. Even the flower leaf was edible as well. And this is just like a little carrot cake. So everything was decent enough, but overall, I would say that my experience was legit a 9 out of 10, and I cannot wait to experience this again and to hopefully try all 90 different flavors. Thank you for watching.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way.